Thank you to the EA Creator Network for providing me with early access to the Sims 4 Horse Ranch expansion pack. Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited today to show you the Walton family, who are absolutely adorable. I love them so much. So if I do a let's play on Horse Ranch, I'm dabbling with the idea of perhaps playing with these Sims or just having them in the world for me to kind of like interact with. They're going to be available on the gallery, fingers crossed, when the pack launches, and I'll be able to like upload them for you guys to also download and have them in the world, or put them in the household bin and just have them as a few extra Sims to kind of like date or interact with, whatever you want to do. But they are absolutely adorable. So my cat is trying to come back in. I'm sorry if he's a bit noisy back there. Hold on. Okay, so there may be a little bit of background noise. I'm having a bit of trouble actually recording this video. Okay, so who do I want to introduce you to first? Let me introduce you to the dad of the household, Joseph Walton, and his wife Rose. So they are adorable. He looks really mean. I don't know why he looks so mean, because he's actually very, very friendly and very, very fun. He's a really cheeky chappy, but he's just giving you the kind of like cowboy stare at the moment, because he knows how good he looks when he does that. It's all for the I don't know, it's all for the style, guys. That's what it is with him. So Joseph and Rose are, they were kind of like high school sweethearts. They got married really young, and they got pregnant really young, and do you know what, they were so happy about it. They were like, yeah, we're quite young, but we know that our love is true, and we're just gonna start early on getting the whole family life thing started. So even though they're quite young, Dale is a teenager, and they are actually a very, very wholesome family. You can tell because I called them the Walton family, right? So like you get the reference, like Little House on the Prairie, all that kind of stuff. I don't know, that might be the wrong TV show. Yeah, because it's the Waltons, right? And then like Little House on the Prairie is like a different family. Moving swiftly on. So I'm all over the place. Joseph is cheerful, a goofball. He loves the outdoors, and he's got the collector trait because he's a freelance botanist. He's got that aspiration, so he actually just really loves working the land, gardening, and like providing wholesome food for his family. So I've got them at the moment. I've got them in this really cute little house that one of the Game Changers built for this world, and it's so pretty and it's so functional as well. So I think, let me just go, yeah, really, really pretty. It's got this little like nectar making area out here, and it's got this this garden ready to go. It's already got some stuff planted here, some grapevines. So you can see Joseph has already got to work. Joseph did all this work, not the creator. Being silly. So yeah, so he loves gardening. He loves getting his hands, he's a very hands-on type of person. He's a carer, so he's you know, he's a nurturer, he's a provider, probably an earth sign. He just really cares about his family and like looking after everybody and everybody's health. And he really got outside and touched grass and knows the meaning of you know, the value of looking after things. Really good guy. His wife as well, Rose, is so sweet. So just look at her. Just look at this woman. She's so beautiful. So Rose is she's quite like land girl energy. If you remember like the kind of like 1940s kind of land girl, we can do it kind of mentality. So she loves kind of vintage things. She's quite arty, but she's not got the creative skill, and she doesn't do like visual art. Her art is food and flavor. So she wants to be a expert nectar maker. Her thing is all about food, flavor, ingredients, high quality ingredients. So again, her and Joseph are absolutely a match made in heaven. So while Joseph takes care of kind of like the gardening and providing those really nutritious foods that are so full of flavor, the ingredients that are so full of flavor, Rose is all about kind of like combining things in the right way and creating very, very high quality kind of crafted produce that she can be proud of and that she can sell. And again, she wants to provide for her family. So they both have this, oh, she's so good, just look at her. Like, they both have this really lovely kind of happy, like happy, loving, work hard ethic that is just really very, very wholesome. So of course they are the sweetest Sims ever. So they raised Dale right. Shout out my Growing Together series. Dale is he's really got his head screwed on straight for a teenager. He's really got a sense of responsibility. He looks after his little sister Lulu and helps out his dad with the gardening. He helps out his mum, kind of like moving the crates of nectar around. He's family orientated as well, I think. Did I? No, I gave him loyal, just as a bit of a variation from family orientated, because the idea being, you know, he shows up for people. He shows up for people. He sticks around. He you know, if he says he's going to do something, he does it. He's got that kind of vibe going for him. So he helps out his own family. He helps out his friends. He helps out local people in the community. And he's really just, you know, a really steadfast, hardworking, kind person. He's also a horse lover. His whole thing is he really wants to get his own ranch with loads of horses. He wants to enter competitions and just be like, that's his aspiration. He's all about the horses. He wants to do all the horse things, and he's got a high metabolism because he's got a fitness aspiration. So he is quite popular, again, just being kind of like a really steadfast person who shows up for people. He gets on well with like the other kids in school, and just, you know, just generally, yeah, I'm talking about you, just generally a really, really sweet person. Lulu, again, been raised right. She's calm, you know, all her needs are met, so she hasn't got any reason to kind of like be overly fussy. She's got the calm trait, so she just kind of, she's very chill, very laid back. She gets all the care and attention she needs from this really adorable, loving family, and they're just so wholesome. So let's jump into Cass, and I'll kind of like show off some of the outfits. Where's a wardrobe? Where's a wardrobe on this lot? Here's one. So not you, Lulu. I don't want you to hide in the wardrobe. Plant outfits. Yeah, so I do see them not having many problems. Again, if you have them in your own game and you want to kind of like do your own thing with them, see how their life plays out for you. And if you want to tweet to me any screenshots or any updates at Cinderellimouse, my Twitter link and my gallery ID are down in the description box below. Kind of let me know what you get up to with them. But I'm envisioning them just continuing to be really, really wholesome, continuing to kind of like work together to kind of like build up their business. Not even because they're trying to be, I mean, I think an element of the nectar making aspiration is that you make a lot of money through it, but I don't feel like she's particularly materialistic. I think she just has a lot of pride in what she does, and she wants her business to succeed, not because she's financially motivated, but because she has that pride in her work. And so to see her business growing is just that kind of like confirmation of all the hard work that she's put into and all the love that she's put into her brand. So I love that for her. That's kind of the take I'm doing. Let's have a look at Rose first. So she's got this new hairstyle that is just so adorable, and again it has that kind of like land girl vibe. She reminds me of, you know, those posters where it's like a girl mechanic, or like the pin-up girls, the land girl pin-up girls, where it's like, you can do it. She kind of makes me think of those posters. So I love that kind of vintage girl vibe for her. I feel like she'd shop in vintage shops and things like that, or like even like maybe a little bit of online, where it's like online secondhand sites. I think she'd also probably like make her own clothes and things like that. If you've got like nifty knitting, maybe that's something you'd want to do with her. Yeah, I think she's just adorable, and again very hands-on. So I feel like she'd, you know, if the sink breaks, you know, she's not afraid to go and get a spanner out and kind of like get under there and see what's going on. So that's kind of what her vibe is. And then she just has so many cute outfits. So she is one of the curvier Sims that I've made, because I did want to also kind of show like what the clothes look like on a curvier frame, and a lot of them look really good actually. So this one as well, very, very flattering. She just looks so wholesome. I called her Rose as well because I just played Detroit Become Human, where you meet Rose, and I was like, oh my god, that she has that vibe. It's the perfect name for her, because I can just imagine, like, you know, people showing up at her door and she would just help them, you know, she would just go out of her way to kind of like make sure people are okay. Like, Like, I just really love her. I'm like, I want to go and stay with Rose and, you know, have her kind of like feed me healthy, nutritious food and like tend to my every need. Like, yes, how do I find a friend like Rose? Because I can't look after myself. So yeah, she's got these cute like cherry red boots on as well. They're kind of an unusual colour, this red, but it felt like it really suited her. She does have like, red is her favourite colour. Again, she kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of red wine, right? And like cherry nectar, and I don't know, I just thought it was such a cute kind of vibe for her, and just interesting as well to have like because my default would probably be to go, oh, I'll do this hair in black or brown, but I thought it's nice actually to show, you know, an alternative way of wearing it, and I think like the red is super duper cute on her. So yeah, that's her, and then here she is with the hair down, and she does you know, she does actually take a lot of pride in her appearance. You know, self-care is just as important as caring for everybody around you, so she does really like to do kind of like her skincare routines, her hair care routines. She looks after herself just like how she looks after everybody else, because you have to put your own gas mask on first, right guys? And she understands that. So absolutely, like, I don't know, like Queen of Pentacles energy. If you know tarot, Queen of Pentacles energy, looks after herself, does the self-care, but also provides for everybody else around her. I love her. And this is, again, she's got kind of like her cap on to keep her hair nice. So I go to sleep with like a dressing gown cord in my hair to make it curly. So I feel like she's got something going on under there so that she has really great hair the next day. And then, yeah, just kind of like really down to earth but pretty kind of vintage style clothing is her vibe. This top as well, so when I showed it off, I think I showed it off on Barb McCoy in the McCoy family video. I felt like it was too high on her, like the kind of under boob line kind of looked too high, and then this bit kind of looked up here. But Barb had a very skinny tomboy frame, so I actually think this top looks better on a curvy frame. And I don't say that very well, because I think sometimes on a curvier frame the clothing gets stretched, or it kind of sticks out a bit weird, which is a bit of a shame really, because, you know, everything should look good on every frame in an ideal world. So yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised when I put this on her, and I thought, do you know what, I didn't like that top on Barb, but I really like it on Rose. I think it suits her better. So this top definitely looks better on curvier girls, and we love that. As a curvy girl, I can appreciate a top that looks good on curvy girls. This as well, this little cute swimwear, which just has that kind of vintage style, again, that kind of pin-up look. She's just so cute. Joseph, you are a lucky man. And here's her summer wear. Again, that top that I felt was quite plain, sorry, that dress that I felt was quite plain. I've not used it on too many Sims. I feel like it looks really cute on her. And then this is her winter wear. So I think, is this one of the men's coats? No, it's this one. So yeah, just really cute little coat there, guys. I love it as well. I really like it in the mustard colour. Again, that's another one that I feel like I'm going to end up using in Hemford on Bagley. But yeah, she's just adorable, with the really good quality boots as well, because, you know, I feel like quality is really important for her. I wouldn't be surprised, like, if you've got growing together and you randomize extra traits, if you get something like perfectionist, I do feel like she would have something like that. But again, if you get her in your game, it's up to you, kind of like how you map out her future. So let's go to Joseph. Joseph is, again, just very casual, but like wants to look good. He's got a lot of pride in his appearance, just like how Rose has. He's got that gorgeous new facial hair on him, which came with this pack, which I really appreciate, because it's got this kind of like slightly curly afro texture to it, so it just looks so good on him, and I'm really happy to have that kind of like variation of the beard. And then like we actually get new eyebrows in this pack. I don't know if it'll let me show them. Yeah, here you go. So it seems like they've been patched into the base game, I think. I'm not sure when they got added exactly, but I discovered them while I was kind of like messing around in CAS. This is kind of like they're just nice new eyebrows. But no, he hasn't got the new eyebrows on. He's got the ones that got patched in by Peachy Fairy, which I really like the kind of texture of those ones. I don't like my Sims to be too perfect either, so I like them to have a little bit of skin detail, a little bit of something going on. So he's got some freckles, and he's got, I can't show you his teeth because I don't think I can get to those kind of face details, but he's got like a little gap tooth. There you go, can you see his little gap tooth? which again is kind of like that, you know, he's been biting the corn kind of thing. He's got his little gap tooth. I just think he's so cute and so adorable, and I did kind of like go the extra mile to kind of make his face a little bit unique, a little bit more different to you know, a lot of the Sims that I've created in the past, but I think he's still, I'm really happy actually with how he turned out. He's one of those Sims that I kind of like started working on, I put him to one side, I came back, I kind of like kept on doing the finishing touches, and I think he looked really handsome, but not in a stereotypical way. I think he's, you know, he's I don't know, I tweaked him and tweaked him and tweaked him, and I'm really, really happy with how he turned out. And again, he kind of looks a bit mean until he kind of like smiles, and then you can see what a good guy he is. Okay, let's keep going. He's very, very naturally fit. I feel like he would work out a little bit. Again, he's got a little bit of pride in his appearance, but I feel like he's also naturally fit just because he's really hardworking, and he kind of like, you know, he does that farm work, so I feel like he's kind of naturally muscly. Again, he loves the outdoors, he's a goofball, he's cheerful, and I wouldn't be surprised if these guys have more kids, to be honest, because I feel like he's all about like playing with the kids while they're young. I feel like his heart belongs to Lulu, quite frankly. So here's one of his outfits, and again, that check looks so good on him. So I did have some reservations about some of the brighter checks in the game, but I think these two I really, really like. And I think that green looks great on him. And as well, I had a bit of a concern about the texture of these jeans, because I think it's like on the cusp of looking a little bit alpha, you know, because they've gone for that kind of bias cut, kind of thick twill denim. But do you know what? I think I'm getting used to it, and I think I'm starting to like it. And that belt buckle is everything. I feel like, again, that's probably like quite an expensive belt, and he, you know, when he bought it, he felt dead good about himself. I feel like he would be all about kind of like the good hat, the good boots, the good belt. And let's keep going. So and again, shout out to just generally the menswear in this pack, because menswear cast is so good. So if you're looking for kind of like more menswear basics, yes, these, like, let me just show you, not all the swatches are dirty. Some of them are a lot more kind of like clean looking, so you don't have to have that kind of like dirty denim swatch if you don't want that. Same with these jeans as well. So there's a lot of denim in this pack, but I feel like we really needed it, and I feel like I'm gonna get so much more use out of that. You know, that really kind of like classic Levi Wrangler kind of like denim style, which is so easy to wear and so traditional. And so I'm really blessed by this pack giving us all that really classic wearable menswear in like layers, and I really feel like the Sims team have really cracked it now with menswear. Like they get it, they get the layering without it looking thick, they get kind of like how everything has to look a bit ruffled in the right way, in the right places, you know, and like classic cuts matter with menswear, and I just feel like they've done such a great job with menswear in this pack. It's so good. Even like this, you know, like it really has that kind of like classic denim design, because of course denim came out of like the Wild West, right, with all the mining towns and you know, that kind of like hard wearing workwear. That was the point of denim, and then it's just become this kind of real classic to kind of a lot of people's wardrobes. So here we go with this really cool jacket, again with that great kind of like V shape on the back, which is just so classic of kind of like Western country wear and kind of denim and kind of that style in general. Brilliant cowboy boots there as well. And his formal wear again is like, I feel like a lot of people in this town wouldn't do the whole shirt and tie and kind of like suit thing. You know, it would be like going to somebody's wedding in their back garden, and kind of like, you know, still wearing the denim but putting a nice clean shirt on. You know, maybe you're wearing your shirt for a wedding, but you're still wearing your jeans, you're still wearing your cowboy hat. Here's his kind of sportswear. Again, he's not averse to a little bit of a sportswear brand. He probably supports some local teams. In fact, maybe I need to go ahead and there's a hat that's kind of like a sports team baseball hat that honestly, why isn't it tagged for athletic? That's a bit weird. This one here, which again, I just feel like he'd be like, go generic sports team, you know. I don't know, which one would he wear? Like, oh, yeah, do you know what, with the bit of red in? Yeah, we're going with that one, and I love it. It kind of reminds me of, like, I think I mentioned this in the McCoy video, kind of makes me think of like maybe when you were a kid and your dad took you to like baseball games, and you know there was that one time where you know you got talking to that star player and he gave you, you know, he took off his hat and put it on your head, and then you've like treasured it forever. It has that vibe, especially with this kind of like worn detail. And I really like this cowboy hat. It doesn't look too thick on the head. You know, some of them look a bit like Lego hats, and this one doesn't give that Lego hat vibe. It actually looks really good. My cat's coming, guys. He's gonna knock everything over. Just, you know, noisy warning. And then this is kind of his sleepwear. So I feel like he kind of like went to bed a bit cold and then got a bit hot in the night and like took his pants off. So he's just got his like whitelands on with his socks. I found it funny and I found it cute, so I went with it. And this is his party wear again. Like he loves getting down there to the bar, you know, doing a bit of line dancing. So he's got this kind of classic, what's it, you know, like Antonio Banderas. It reminds me of like an Antonio Banderas movie where he like played the guitar, but I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, that kind of South American, kind of Mexico kind of influence. Am I right about that? It's also I've seen it kind of on the catwalks of like menswear designers such as Yves Saint Laurent. I don't know if it's Yves Saint Laurent or Ralph Lauren. I kind of get the two mixed up, but I know one of them had that kind of vibe going on recently, and I kind of loved it. So yeah, really cool jacket. It comes in a lot of different colours as well, so you can kind of have different vibes going on with that. But the black on black, she's everything. My cat's coming over. I'm gonna just put my keyboard away before he stands on something. Not now, cat. Not now, I'm recording. Go on the bed. Did you hear that little you made? So this is an absolute winner for me. I really love this top, and I think it suits him so well. Just having that kind of like classic, like, you know, the layering with the shirt underneath, the shirt on top, and then like the thin denim jacket on top is like such a good look. It's so clean, it's so wearable, such a classic look. So more of that Sims team. And I do have to say, I think I said this in another video, but just in case I kind of like forgot to mention it, I don't know, I've made a few different videos. Like, this is what we were dealing with. Like, look at this for like menswear, like the absolute craziness that we've had up until this point with menswear. And then when we got that menswear kit, which I love, like modern menswear kit, I actually love that kit, but it's not everyday menswear, and that's what we've been missing, and that is what this expansion pack is delivering. So again, I feel like one of the strongest points for this pack is the cast. I think it's really good, personally, especially the men's cast. So here again is like a really kind of like a slightly more modern take on this kind of classic kind of what's he called, like Rebel Without a Cause. You know, I always feel like he needs like a pack of cigarettes in his sleeve. Kind of gives like Elvis Presley on the farm vibes, you know, with a rolled up shirt. But this kind of like spotty t-shirt just gives it a little bit more of a modern edge. You could totally go for something more like that, which has this kind of like, I don't know, somebody who's in the Navy, but the back home on the ranch, you know, they've got the leave. You know, it kind of gives me that kind of like old Elvis movie energy. And then there's the classic cut jeans as well, which are just an absolute treasure to have. I'm so thankful to have really good basic men's jeans in the game. Here we go as well. So this is his swimwear. We've got some hot weather wear here. Again, he's got like the nice hat. I feel like, again, made a little bit of money selling his produce, you know, a little bit extra, spent some on the kids, spent some on the wife, and he was like, do you know what, I'm going to treat myself to a really nice sun hat. Because again, he's a gardener, so he's out in the sun a lot of the time. So this is kind of like keeping the sun off the back of his neck, stopping him from getting too hot, that kind of thing. And yeah, and that is his winter wear. Again, with that really classic clean cut jacket. We love to see it. He's so cute, guys. This family absolutely has my heart. And then let's have a look at Dale, because Dale actually is the one sim that I've made where it really shows off how you know, it's not just that kind of like farm wear, but how you can actually make this look a little bit more modern, a little bit more city vibe. You know, kind of like city boys who follow the kind of like Western wear trends, but they still look really kind of like clean and fresh with it. With that hair as well, he's totally Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? He's like, it's such a good haircut. It is so kind of like late 80s, early 90s. I kind of love it. And one little detail as well is if you look behind his ear here, can you see these little baby hairs growing back in? So it's like, you know, when you first get the cut and it's like really clean around the ears. I've kind of like shaved men's hair, so I kind of like know about kind of like shave right into that area, but it's like, you know, after a couple of days you start to get these baby hairs back. I just think that is such an adorable little detail, and again, like, such a cool cut, and he's absolutely rocking it. He's got the new eyebrows as well, which I'm not quite sure where they appeared from, but I thought they were new, so there they are. And again, with the idea of like having a face that perhaps is not the kind of face that I normally go for, you know, like when you randomize a sim and you kind of like, and then you have like your default of like adjust them to look a certain way. I kind of like pushed myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. So you can see he's got quite flared nostrils, and kind of like, you know, kind of a slightly receding chin, which again is not normally what I would do, but I really want to kind of like push myself into embracing more, like having more character in a face rather than going to what my default settings are for like what I think looks good, really questioning that and then kind of like pushing my own boundaries and creating sims that I think still look really good looking but have more unique features, which again, really enjoying pushing myself out of my comfort zone on that and kind of experimenting. And I think he looks really, really good. I think he's got a really gentle face, and I do try and, so I randomized him, I randomized him from genetics from Joseph and Rose, and then I just kind of found a sim that I kind of liked, and then I went in and tweaked and tweaked and tweaked and tweaked. So I made his eyes, he kind of had mean eyes at first, so I went in and made his eyes a little bit more gentle, just by going in and kind of like doing the detail edit mode and kind of like lifting the corners, making them a little bit more open and just making them more gentle looking. Again, I played around with his nose quite a lot until I got it in a way that I liked. You know, I think he got those amazing lips from his dad, and again I went in and kind of like sculpted his jawline, sculpted his cheeks, and just gave him again that really kind of like that clean cut jaw, which suits his personality so well. So very, very, very happy with how he turned out. And I think he has that kind of like, you know, he could look kind of mean, he could kind of give you the side eye, but he has actually really, like, look at him, he's got such a sweet little gentle face. Like, he's, I don't know, like, I love this family so much. So again, he's wearing kind of like a really clean light denim version of this jacket with the sheepskin inside. I love the kind of little designer label on there. I just think it's just such a clean, classic look that, you know, your granddad could wear that in a certain swatch, and you know, if you combine it in a certain way, it's like granddad could wear something like that, but also, you know, this cool teenager who's trying to impress the girls can also wear something like that. So he's got, again, he has a lot of pride in his appearance. So while his dad is quite happy kind of like wearing his kind of his gardening clothes, you know, like a little bit of mud never hurt anyone kind of vibe, because he's a teenage boy, especially kind of like in this day and age, he's got the clean sneakers on. You know, he maybe he does iron his shirts, I don't know, but he's got that really fresh look to him, which is his vibe. He's got this as well, which again has these, so this is, let me just show you, this is this jacket. So this is just a really cute, clean, fresh swatch. Looks really good with those base game denim jeans. Just looks great on him. I really love that outfit on him. Again, it's like he looks a little bit more like maybe he's going hanging out at the bar, maybe he's off to the bowling alley, maybe he's off to the cinema on a date. He just you know, you could take him and put him in Sans Sequoia from Growing Together and he wouldn't look out of place in that outfit. So kind of like farm to city is kind of his vibe. Here he is wearing kind of like dirtier swatches here because again, he does help out his dad in the garden. So I wanted some clothes that kind of like reflect kind of when he's doing that kind of gardening work. And here as well. So again, you know, he's just got the gloves kind of folded up in his pocket there. He kind of forgot to put them down on his way out. And he's got a little bit of mud on his shoes. So again, just like playing with the idea of him wanting to kind of like look very clean and fresh and kind of very kind of on trend, but at the same time he has been helping his dad out. It's like the remnants of that. This is his kind of very classic prom wear, so really stepping up a notch on that outfit. This is his athletic wear. I just thought it was really cute and suited him. Again, it's kind of down to earth, so he's not too fancy. He's fancy but not too fancy, if you know what I mean. This is his sleepwear. Again, kind of looks really cool. Like, looks really cool here, and then you see his slippers that he's just kind of shoved on. Party wear here, again, it could look really fresh in the bar. He's got a little bit of chest hair going through there as well, just kind of peeking out. Swimwear here. Yeah, just typical kind of like teenage cool boy vibes. Like, I really kind of like the denim with kind of like the orange as well. Again, I just think it's all in the way you combine it. So it's all in the swatch that you use and kind of what you combine it with. Because I could totally, let me just kind of like do another swatch. So I could totally have something like that and then put it with something like this, right? And then like, let's go for some... It just gives a really, really different vibe. Do you see what I mean? It's like the vibe of this with the cowboy boots as well. Like, it's giving a different energy. It's giving a different feel to who this person is and what they've been up to. So I could go ahead and give him like one of these hats as well, like this dirty one. There you go. So I don't know. That is telling a different story. That is a different person to that person. So again, colour's important, the swatch you choose is important when creating these outfits, and you can really use them in a lot of different ways, which I think is really clever of the Sims team actually to to take one item and give us so many different ways of combining it. I think they've been very, very clever with men's cast. And then here, so the classic denim on denim on denim look, he is rocking it, and again, this is a current trend. Slightly dated now. I'd say like maybe last year denim on denim was back kind of big time, and he's not afraid to kind of wear that look. So yeah, and then again, just with the variation of the boots, because I didn't want to overuse the cowboy boots. I didn't think he was too, I don't know, he is into horse riding, right? But I didn't want him to look too stereotypical. He is a teenager. So just mixing it up a little bit and giving like different ways of wearing things. And then Sweet Baby Lulu. So she's got this really cute little onesie. I think that might be the only item for infants. I'm very, very sad that infants didn't get a cowboy hat. I don't mind too much about the cowboy boots, even though that would have been really, really cute. But a cowboy hat would have been so good. So let me just double check that I'm not like just overlooked it. No, I feel like that's missing. I really would like the Sims team to kind of like give us a cowboy hat for toddlers, because it'd just be so adorable. If horses can get a cowboy hat, why can't my little Lulu have a cowboy hat? She wants to be like a daddy. So here's her formal wear. This is her sleepwear. This is her party wear. So she's got party unicorn on now. So again, really great swatches on this. Like lots of different kind of animal vibes. So you can kind of mix and match and pick and choose there. But like disco party unicorn is like with the little tail. Did you see the rainbow tail on that? Hang on, let me just show you. Can you show me your rainbow tail, please? Like, excuse me. Like, can you just... Look at it, look at it. She's little Rainbow Dash. She's so cute. So going in here as well with her hot weather outfit. She's just so adorable with that big hat. And this is her sleepwear. So you don't get as much as I would have liked for infants and toddlers and children. I wouldn't mind so much, but I do feel very, very sad that we haven't got cowboy hats for infants and toddlers. So if the Sims team could possibly like see it in their heart of hearts to patch in cowboy hats for toddlers and infants, that'd be amazing. Toddlers do have cowboy boots, which are very, very cute, but without the hat, they mean nothing, Sims team. So toddler hat and infant hat, please, if you don't mind, Sims team, if anyone happens to watch this, I would appreciate you forever. But yeah, like yeah, I can't say how happy I am with like enough. I can't say how happy I am enough about men's cast, because it's just giving us so many more options, especially if you've only got the base game. So if you're not really because there's different people who are into different things with The Sims. So some people are really into building and they literally never touch the gameplay or never touch cast. All they do is like build. There's people who are all about the gameplay, and there's some people who only are interested in creating Sims, or like 90% of the time. My eldest is like this. They make so many Sims and like they really enjoy the cast aspect. They do a bit of gameplay, but cast is where it's at for them. So if you are one of those people who's like, I just, you know what, I've got the base game and I'm looking for a pack that's going to give me a really good amount of kind of like wearable, down to earth, adaptable menswear, then this pack is really, I personally feel, is very strong on that. So I've got a lot of cast videos. If you're not sure, you know, do think for yourselves and kind of like go and look at my other cast videos and kind of like, you know, judge those swatches yourself, especially the McCoy family video. I go into quite a lot of detail on that one. But yeah, like just such good detail, like the pocket on these jeans with that little label. Really just the attention to detail, like this having studs, like brass studs, just very a lot of thought has gone into this cast, and it's really such a pleasure to see such a strong menswear offering when it comes to pack, because menswear, I mean, they're getting better. Every single pack seems to offer more and more menswear and better menswear, especially some of the recent kits as well. So things like Inky on Arrivals has been great, the grunge kit. You know, they're really stepping up that kind of menswear game, especially like the down to earth one. Modern menswear is very high fashion. So again, I feel like the kind of, it's not that there's anything wrong with that pack, but I feel like it kind of missed the mark with what people were really needing. Because again, like going back to, if you look at the full outfits, like, you know, this is what they were serving up until now. And so it just really felt like, especially in the base game, it just felt like menswear was a joke, right? If you're looking to like dress up your sim and this is what you're coming to, it really does feel like, you know, we're the clowns here. You know, is this what you expect us to put our sims in? Even this was patched in, and it's just so, I mean, it's great for this pack, right? Really good for this pack because it has that kind of like Western wear vibe. But again, it's like, am I a joke to you? Am I a rodeo clown? Is that what I am? Should I put a red nose on right now? I just feel like it's just really been lacking. So I mean, this is great, right? Don't get me wrong, it's great that they've been adding like more kind of like cultural wear, because this is like what patched in with cultural wear. But in terms of kind of like everyday wearability, and kind of, you know, broad appeal, yeah, it's stuff that a lot of people wear, right? A lot of people, you know, down to earth everyday clothing that a lot of people wear. Like, I feel like, you know, we have been missing it up until now. So really good to see those kind of high quality. And that's the thing as well, the meshes. I feel like whoever did the mesh work, which when I talk about the mesh, it's kind of like the frame, like the actual shape of the garment, has really nailed it. You know, they've really served us, and I appreciate it. Like, he's serving, right? So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this family. If you want them, I'm gonna do my best to get them up onto the gallery ASAP as soon as I get kind of like the full expansion pack in my game, because this is just early access. It's not actually attached to my own game at all, and as you can see, we're kind of blocked from uploading anything to the gallery or even saving things to our library. So I'm gonna have to take the entire save and put it into my game, and then like get them onto the gallery that way. So it may take me a little bit of time, but I will do it as quickly as I can, because I do want you to have a lot of options, especially if you're doing something like the 100 baby challenge. You want a lot of dateable sims. So I mean, he's married, guys, he's married, so I kind of like would be sad if anyone had him cheat on his wife, because Rose does not deserve it. But again, I just kind of wanted to give you a lot of options when it came to you know, being able to add extra sims to your game. You know, again, that's the thing, some people don't like create a sim and they just want to do the gameplay, and they just want to download sims and families off the gallery and put them in the game and get going, and have a lot of people to meet that way. So again, just making sure you all have kind of those options, and doing my best as an EA game changer who's been granted early access to kind of like do something that's going to be helpful to the greater community. I don't want to just kind of be like, I don't know, like, haha, I got to play the game early. I want to actually be of service, and creating sims is I feel one of my stronger points, so I felt like that's how I could kind of like give back to the community by like putting some Sims up on the gallery, and hopefully they'll bring some joy to people's games. So again, you can always send me screenshots. If you look in the description box down below, you'll find my gallery ID and my Twitter link. So if you want to play with these in your game, if they get up to mischief, if anything funny happens to them, and you want to share that with me, go ahead and tweet me at Cinderellimouse. And I kind of love to see it. I love to see my own Sims in other people's saves. So I'm going to stop talking because, oh my God, I've done so many videos and words are just, I can't shut up, especially when it comes to cast. Like my actual cast review video is like almost 3 hours long. But I had so much to say and I didn't even cover everything in that one video. Okay, I'm gonna go because this is 40 minutes again. I was trying to aim for a 20-minute video. I'm gonna go treat the Waltons well, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.